Hey everybody, welcome to the Geek Dad. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just the Geek Dad. I'm Dre. It has been some time since I've done a live, and y'all know because of my work schedule. So I'm taking this time actually right now to talk about Saturday, uh, the 18th of November, because at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, EC Collecting, Colin, and Dave's Dimension, Dave, and I will be starting our long giveaway, which will have 5 wheels. Now, people have reached out. People have asked, "Hey, Dre, Can I get in on the giveaway still?" Yes, you have till Friday evening. Hey, Rex, my boy Millennium Workshop, good to have you in here. So you guys have, hey, Rolando. Yeah, I'm keeping it simple and sweet. I got a couple things to talk about. And I like to keep it easy. So we're going to be live from 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till I want to say maybe 5-ish, 6-ish, depending on what we have to get done and making sure everybody gets on the wheels and all the prizes are given away. Speaking of which, Millennium Workshop himself, he created one of the prizes for the giveaway, and it is that Darth Maul half mask. It is fantastic. You guys, whoever gets it, you're getting a one of one, truly an amazing piece. Um, I cannot speak any more positively than noticing that we have next week is Thanksgiving and just making sure everybody's properly taken care of for the holiday. This charity means a lot to Dave, myself, and Colin. Like I said, Colin's the one that broached me about this. And when he came to me, I went to Dave. The three of us sat down, put our heads together, and we have created this. And we have had a lot of you guys and girls have come up to us and have donated or talked about donating. And you have till Friday at 3 a.m. Eastern, Pacific Standard Time. Why did Dave, myself, and Colin agree to that? Because there are several people on the West Coast that are fans of all three of our channels, and we wanted to give them an opportunity if they get off work late and they get home, that they have the opportunity to still donate, and that we will still accept donations at that time. Now, you can still donate on your own, like you could donate whenever you feel like it, but for getting into the giveaway, we suggest you do it Friday evening, Friday morning, late morning. Okay. Now, why am I saying that? Because we want to make sure you get it on the wheels. 5 wheels, 5 major prize packs, the lowest price of $110 all the way up to close to $400. So we've had some great donations. We've had some great people. I'd really love to make sure somebody gets their opportunity. Hey, Phil, what's good? Yukon Phil. And this, like I said, this charity means a lot to the three of us. And we want to make sure everybody gets the word out. I wanted to use this opportunity and platform that we've been gifted as an opportunity to speak on it. I am thankful for the guys and the girls that I'm friends with. I am thankful for, filling out all these right here, folks. Well, minus this Valvoline. These are Christmas cards I filled out and personalized that I have to get stamped and sent out tomorrow so that you guys can have them right before the holiday. I have a pile of shame that has shrunk because I've sold some of the stuff off. And that's going to lead into some of the channel changes. Um, a lot of people have questioned me, Dre, what's going on? Like, I noticed that you're not posting a whole lot of like content on Instagram about, collecting and what's going down. Well, it is a nice stack. I think so. There's some more imports and stuff over here, and there is some stuff coming in. So I'll go through that in a little bit. But I want to kind of address this. Um, I am leaving some of the toy lines behind for some major facts. One of which is I've just lost interest in some of the lines I've collected, and I'm reshifting my focus to be Spider-Man driven. Most of it, if there's a Marvel Legend of Spider-Man that I'm missing to finish my collection, and or the newer Spider-Man figures that are due to release, those are the ones I'm hunting for. Other than that, Batman, I'm Toddy Mac is losing me a little bit, and I think there's some pieces that I like, but I am mostly sticking with the Mythic Legions, and I'm cherry picking those. I'm cherry picking the Cosmic Legions, and I am cherry picking a few other lines like Mafex and stuff like that. I've been grabbing a lot of the great deals on Big Bad Toy Store, um, and I'm just trying to make sure that I have all my ducks in a line because, as you guys know, that in the collector safe space group that I've been in, that Dave and I run, I my daughter, my youngest daughter, had like several $1,000s of worth of dental work, and that has kind of derailed a lot of plans me and my family had for next year. So, we're happy for the holidays, and we're just gonna have to, have to cinch up, you know, some of my belt straps a little bit and just get a couple of things. I know. I like that it was just kind of impromptu. A lot of people love my impromptu ones. They're going to return. They will be returning starting late December. Will be the last one for this year, and it'll be a lunch stream on a Wednesday, and then they'll be on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday will be a rotating one. And my first guest will be Phil, Yukon Phil. I have to just talk to him and work on that because he had requested to be on when they returned. So that's awesome. Um, if you guys haven't caught some Black Friday deals, catch these. I got these Dre Beats. I have sworn off Dre Beats. I would never use them, but I love them. They were like a third of their price. And I needed a new headset that was Bluetooth that could work between my Mac and my phone. And it works. And I love it. The sound's super crisp. Um, Channel changes. I hate looking at sub counts. For those of you that know me, this channel was not built to be subbed or monetized. Do I want to get monetized? If I could, that'd be awesome. Every penny helps, especially now that I'm seeing it as a dad. That I would be able to use this little bit of a honeypot to pay for models and stuff to work on, like the current model that's right over here that needs to be worked on. Oh yeah, Eurobeat's amazing. I love me some Eurobeat. Um, but I'm at 127 subs. The goal was to get to 1K by January 1st. That's not going to happen. Mathematically speaking, if it was going to happen, there would have been a lot more effort by my part, but life happens. So I would like to get to 500 subs by January 1st. I feel like that's a lot more of a lofty goal, but more approachable and realistic to get. So that's the plan. So the goal is to get Dre and the collector safe space to 500. Do I want the subs? Yes and no. I don't care about the numbers in the sense that I want to have more of a reach to talk about what we're talking about, which is geek culture, positive community, and building a community. And that's what we're all about. I feel like there's a lot of channels out there that they focus on building a community, but the community only seems to be guys that are in the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. And there's no talk about people that are at the, at the bare bones, 25, 10, 5. I'm trying to gear to help those people as well as the top, but I want to have a meeting in the middle. And I want my channel to be in that middle ground. That's why I'm trying to do this. So it's going to be hard. It's not going to be something easy. And I'm reaching out to my friends too. Hey, if you know somebody that's interested in this channel and what we do here in the community that we're building here, please bring them on in. If they like the stuff that we do, the movie talks with Dave and I on our Outer Dimensions podcast, send them over there too. We're trying to grow and build so the community sees it. Again, I work a regular 9 to 5 job. And again, any extra pocket change that's made is always a good thing. That's how I look at it. So, but that's where my collecting's my focus has shifted. I'd rather put the money into comic books than into vintage or anything else. It's just not my interest level. So, but I respect my friends that are doing that. Like, like I was talking to Yukon Phil the other day. I commented on his video because he said he got out of classifieds, and I was like surprised. But he's going down a route with his vintage and his Star Wars that he really loves, and you see the passion, and I love that because that's what this community is all about. It's that passion and drive to be successful and to drive what you want to see, and drive not only the content but drives our passion drives the content. It should never be the content drives your passion. And I feel like that's where there's a lot of like disconnect. There's a lot of YouTubers that do YouTube for all the wrong reasons, and a lot of YouTubers that do it for the right reasons that don't have a lot of that they don't get pushed out there because they're not doing the new thing, the hotness, the new hotness. So that's my spiel. So there is going to be a shift. I do have more reviews. As you guys have been seeing it, there has been a tremendous groundswell for the retro content here on this channel. And when I say retro content, a lot of people love the fact that we are doing the videos that are older reviews, and they're loving it. So I'm going to keep doing those. I'm going to still do reviews of newer stuff, but the newer stuff is going to be, I'll grab something here so you guys can see it. I have it relatively close by. Like stuff like this. I caught this deal for the Mafex or the Mafex Storm, and I think she's way better than the Marvel Legends one. And then I'm going to do a review for the Rider Genome, the Demons, who looks like a dope-ass Spider-Man Kamen Rider. So these are two reviews that I have to start doing, and I'm gonna get to these probably next weekend. I'm gonna try. There are a few more things I do have. This would I'd like to do a review on the SH Figuarts Vegeta because I love me some Vegeta. I do have all 4 of the IDW Turtles now, so I'd like to do a review. I've seen people do their own reviews, but I think I'm gonna just group them all up and do one because I've seen the Raphael. Thanks to Fake Pics. Big shout out to you, my dude, for showing me that picture today. My fellow North Carolinian showed me that there is a chase version of Raphael with a gold bike. But for you, for y'all that didn't know, that gold bike or the red bike with the figure is $40. You can get the red bike with Black Widow for the same cost of just one of these. So and you can get that on Amazon. So just giving you guys that heads up. Let me see. There's this too. So I have the Revoltech. Hey, Duff. I have this Revoltech version of Moon Knight coming out in January because I love the Revoltech one and he looks better. So if anybody wants this, like, pretty much mint on card, hit me up in my DMs on IG. I'll sell it to you because there's no interest for me in it. Hey, Duff, what's good? It's good to see you. I know a lot of people have been missing me, so I'm trying to make myself be seen again. And Cobb, you are awesome. I love your content. Love the stuff you've been putting out with the Motu. And Duff, I hope you feel better, bro, because I know you said yesterday you weren't feeling so hot. So get well wishes. And the last thing I was going to show was some comic books that came in. Now, I've never ordered from this company, but my local shop, which I love my local shop. Y'all know I love Rebel Base Comics here in North Carolina. They're freaking amazing. They take real good care of me. But they use a service called League of Geek. And League of Geek, if you don't sync your subscriptions with your picks, they will not pull some of your books. So I missed out like 3 or 4 months worth of books that are hard to reorder, especially the Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer 1 and 2. Yes, I said that correct. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. They were an independently published book that has their first 2 issues already out, and they go for a pretty decent penny, about maybe $10 to $12 each book. And I'm trying to get like a second issue reprint of them, but I don't know if the company is going to reprint them. So it may just be me biting the bullet and getting the 2 books because I got the 3rd book coming out this week. So I ordered from this place that my friend King Bob on YouTube, great dude. Check his channel out. He's ordered from them. It's called Things from Another World. It's in Milwaukee, and they sent my books. I ordered 10. Now, here's the interesting part. So you can get your books boarded and bagged individually for 30 cents a book, which is like $3 more, and they ship through DHL. And I was tracking it up until I got lazy today. It said it was supposed to be here tomorrow, but it got here today. So I'll show you guys the books that came in. And they gave me some free stuff, which I think is pretty cool. I didn't think they gave me a free book called Trick or Read, free comic books for ages 13 plus. I'll give this to my wife. She could use it for her students in school. And I have the Dark Knight of Steel, last book, number 12. I didn't get the specialty cover because they didn't the specialty cover was not one that I thought was cool. But I have most of the specialty covers for this. I have here Frank Miller's Ronin book 2. This book is like a bi-monthly book, black and white. Love this stuff. I love Frank Miller, so it's a very good like manga inspired series. This is number 13 of Grimm, which is a Boom Studios book series about the Grim Reaper. Like, what if she walked amongst us and there were other Grim Reapers? So it's very cool. This is Hawk Girl's solo series that the new DC is doing, or they're calling it the Dawn of DC, and this is book 3. Hey, Carol, nice to see you. Ooh, I did not know it says that. So I'm not gonna read it out loud, and I don't want to, get in trouble. But it says here, I'm gonna just block the letter. Fairyland. I love these books. This is the I Hate Fairyland series. It's actually done by Scotty Young. He does a lot of great artwork on Instagram, and he does some cool cover art, alternate covers for comics, like kind of kid, like Cabbage Patch Kid, or not Garbage Pail Kids. So yeah, this is it has a different letter in front. That's why I do block it with my finger, but you guys can imagine what it was. And that's book number 9. This one I so upset that my local shop missed out on, but it is so 20th Century Fox or 20th Century Studios has done several book crossover covers. They did the Predator, they've done Alien, they've done Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes just finished their first series. Alien finished it's on its 3rd series this week. And Predator's on its 3rd series starting next month. But they did a new series, which is Predator versus Wolverine. And this cover was the cover of that similar to Wolverine when he was fighting the Hulk. This is a specialty variant cover that I had to order, and it was $1 or $2 more. Yeah, this variant covers are $7.99. Regular cover price was $5.99. Now, for those of you that have not been reading this, yeah, Rolando, it's Duck, Duck Fairyland. It's I Hate Fairyland, but I had to cover that letter up. It's sort of when we have the autocorrect on Apple. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been a very big comic property. They've blown up in the more recent years. Obviously, the last 2 years with the Last Ronin series and the spin-offs of the Last Ronin, and then the preview years of the Ronin, and now they had a couple of spin-off books within that universe, but they've done now Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossovers, which I love. They did versus Street Fighter, so this is the 3rd book, and this is one of the 10 different covers that they made. This is just regular cover price, but it's the Raphael and Chun-Li I loved on it. And then book number 4 of that same series. I think this is a 6-book series, and this is Leonardo chucking Ryu, and I absolutely love Ryu, so I thought it was hilarious. So this is cover B. Then there is this, which is Ultimate Invasion. Now, this is for those of you that are not diehard comic book fans, this is the lead in series that's going to be taking us into the invasion, the new Ultimate Universe starting in January. So the Ultimate Invasion comic book series is a 4-book series that started back in June or early June, late May of this year. That series was about Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe had gone insane and basically became a god and had mastered his powers. And they locked him away on our Earth 616. But he and only one other person existed from the Ultimate Universe. That person is Miles Morales. Now, because of the two of them, Reed escapes from this prison from S.H.I.E.L.D. that they had him locked up, and he goes basically after the Illuminati. And he takes all these different pieces from Wakanda, from Atlantis, from Krakoa, which is the X-Men's area. And he builds a dimensional device to rip open reality and go back across with and offered Miles a spot. Said, I'm not going to kill you, but you're welcome to come back to our universe and come home because you know you don't belong here. And this is book 4 of that series. I'm missing book 3, which I'm gonna probably have to look to eBay to end up getting my hands on because my local shop doesn't have it. But this is a really interesting series. And then they made book 1, which was a very large, a giant-sized issue. So it was like $9, and it's the beginnings of the first 3 books that we're going to be seeing, plus the background Universal stuff for the new Ultimate Universe, which is going to be a new Spider-Man. We're going to have a new Ultimate Spider-Man. We're going to have a new Ultimate X-Men, which is actually like an anime-influenced X-Men series. And then we're going to be getting the Ultimate, for the very first time in the Ultimate Universe, an Ultimate Black Panther, which is not going to be T'Challa. So, dude, I know, trust me, this was actually not terrible for the shipping. It was like they did through DHL, which I know DHL ships internationally. So I think the highest price mid-level shipping was like $25 international. And then locally, it only ran me like $8 or $9 to get 10 books. So it's worth it if you're local and you're missing a lot of books. If you buy one book from them, it's not worth buying it. Like the shipping's just too high. But my personal advice is if you are buying I would say anything more than 5 books, $10 shipping is not terrible. Because you're actually, that's about, you're looking at tax and other costs that would have factored in. And this one is the variant cover. And this is my boy. It's an art germ. I love him. Stanley Art Germ. Right here. Look at that. This is the Wonder Woman. This is her new series that they started with the Dawn of DC. I love his artwork. I absolutely love the art book he put out 2 years ago of his art prints, and he does like everything. He does reimaginings of all the characters. Probably one of the best covers, and I was surprised that I got to get this for not the variant price. Because, like I said, the cover price of this book is $5.99. I ended up getting this for $3.35 because the company reduced the price, and this was the variant. So, very awesome. And I've been wanting to read the Wonder Woman series. My wife's a fan of Wonder Woman, so I figured if I didn't like it, I could always hand it off to her. She'll read it. But if I didn't like it and she didn't like it, boom, framed and it's art piece. So I know that people have been asking me when am I going to bring the reading series back. Cult of Misery is not finished. I do need to pick up the books 4 and 5 of that series. So yeah, that cover, Carol, is freaking awesome. Love that cover. That Wonder Woman cover. I think I even have the books from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I have books from 2 weeks ago. I didn't show you guys. Usually I show them off, but I haven't had a chance to. This is 2 weeks ago, and this was like about some of the newer books I missed out on. I'll show you guys these two. Let me do this here real quick. This is the Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Red series. This has kind of been a newer Marvel like series. I've seen them do with Deadpool. They've done it with Moon Knight. They've done it with Daredevil, Punisher. With the Zdarsky run, it was cool. This is kind of different. I like Marvel Zombies, so I picked up the first one of these because again, it's Marvel Zombies. You never go wrong with that. This is the first of the new Spider-Man series, which is obviously Spider-Boy. He debuted in Amazing Spider-Man, and I was like, I needed to have this. And I wasn't able to get any of the variant covers, so I just picked up the regular base cover because my local shops was not able to get a lot of the variants. This is the new White Widow series. So it's based on Yelena Belova. So this was something interesting. And I know my older daughter, reads comics, and she liked Black Widow. So I figured if I didn't like it, again, another series she could read. And here is the Ultimate Universe Primer, which is a very cool book. Like I said, I love the artwork. I love that they're bringing this back. It was how we got our Nick Fury. So this is a book that if you guys are interested in, definitely check it out. Let me see the other Marvel books. I read Doctor Strange because I love it. And this is the third series of the recent Doctor Strange because he died. And then they brought him back. Clea, his girlfriend, took over, or his wife. And then Doctor Strange came back, and they're doing a newer series. Love the artwork. Let me see. I know I had more of his stuff. No, that was... So, because I had Predator and Wolverine 1, my store had Predator Wolverine 2. So I was able to pick that up. And that's going to be read after I read 1. I've been dying to read that. Now, DC, like I said, DC's been kind of like killing it recently with these newer characters that are not like very widely known. And I love it because it's, hey, Black Phoenix, I'm loving the fact that they have these characters that are not well known, but they're intermingling them with characters that are well. So like this right here, Spirit World. She's actually been teamed up. This is issue number 6, and she is actually the artist is I think non-binary, and they don't. I don't remember their pronouns, but I'm gonna go by they. They're non-binary, and they have teamed her up because It's funny. One of the characters in the first issue is like, "Hey, you look like a girl, but you dress like a boy." And she did. The character never identified as either, and her powers are like tied to the mystic arts. I'm going to use the term from Marvel, so it's very Constantine, as you can see there, and Batgirl, and that's the God. I think it's Cassidy is her name. Cassidy Cade. I gotta look that up. But yeah, like this is the one that she doesn't talk, but she's very like ninja. So this series has been pretty good. I like this. And then there's another series I read, The Vigil, which is also based in India. So that's based in China. The Vigil's based out of India. And City Boy is a South Korean superhero who his power is actually in any urban setting. The city is basically his superpower. So he's met several characters already. And in this issue, he meets Superman. So I've been kind of picking up those, and I've been interested in Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Steelworks, which is the what if Steel basically made a team, and that is dope, and Cyborg. And then of course and Boom Studios does their awesomeness. Check it out. Right here. Creed, the next round. So this is his daughter. So this takes place in the Creed universe, if you like the movies. Hey, Legacy. So if you're into the Creed universe, this takes place about 10, 12 years after because his daughter's about 6 years old in the last movie that we saw. And now he's training her to be like a boxer. and like actually become professional. So it's a very cool story. It's very different. And again, if you like Rocky, Creed, or any sort of boxing sports films, this is definitely a good read. And then they have here issue 2. Boom Studios has been killing it, folks. If you're a fan of independent comic book companies, Boom Studios is I wouldn't call them independent, but they're definitely not. They're people don't consider them like Marvel or DC or Image, which is owned by DC. But Boom Studios they put out Power Rangers. Boom Studios had Transformers before they went to IDW. So and GI Joe, and then last but certainly not least, obviously, if you guys have not heard that this is being considered to be a Netflix series, it'd be awesome if he helms it and he's the character because he wrote the book. Keanu Reeves's Berserker. Now, Berserker is about a character who is an immortal that lives his life through time and is sitting with a therapist talking about his lifetimes and what he's done in his lifetimes. And this is one of the offshoot books called The Poetry of Madness. I have not read this book. Again, I just got this last week, but it is a very cool story of like a guy that's basically alien, living on Earth, cannot die, and is living his life amongst humans and explaining what his story is. So this looks a little bit more alien. It's not very superhero-y. I guess I don't know the right term. What it's definitely not your typical superhero book, but it's good. So it's definitely worth the read. It's a little pricey. This book was 10, but it's a double-sized issue, so you're looking at like 100 pages. So, you know, again, it is my interest has always been, and I've always been before. Everybody's a collector of something. My collection started with comic books, and I always, yeah. There is Cobweb. Berserker he has already been in talks with Netflix, Hulu. Um, I don't want to say any other ones. I know it was Netflix was the big company that was shooting for getting him to do the series to helm like and it's not animated. They were like do a live action. I would almost prefer him to do a anime inspired because Keanu does love anime and do it like that because I know they're not doing the John Wick's universe is already kind of fleshed out and they're doing that's kind of rolling its own way with the Continental, the Ballerina, possibly a John Wick 5. Berserker needs to be its own isolated universe and its own thing. A TV series like on Amazon might do really well. I think that was the other company that was talking to him too, was Amazon and Netflix. And whoever gets it, I'd be happy because it'd be dope to see. Um, because again, I love Keanu Reeves. I love this book series. I've been reading it since I heard that he started writing it, and it just sounds freaking awesome. So, does anybody have any questions? Like I said, the show is not ending, and there is going to be more live content, but it's just going to be sporadic for right now. And then once we move into the end of this year, early 2024, it'll be back to being Wednesdays in the afternoons. And then we obviously, Dave and I are figuring out our show too, because we do have a lot of content we do on that show. And now that the strike is over, we have decided that we would talk about doing some of the newer stuff. We may be sprinkling some of the newer movies in. Also, just in case if you guys wanted to know, we will be having an episode that will not be live. It will be taped. And I will be in the chat. Dave will be in the chat on the premiere date. So it'll premiere at our time slot, but it will not be us live chatting. It'll be us live in the chat with you guys responding, but we will not be there. It'll be a pre-taped episode that we're working on. I think this Saturday, Dave and I are going to be working on it. And yeah, I just thought you guys would be interested to know that as well. We are talking about doing a D&D one shot where I'll be DMing. That'll probably be early 2024. Once my schedule regulates out that I can pick my days and schedule with Sal, uh, Aaron, and Dave, because they're going to be the three involved, and we'll see what happens there. But do expect to keep seeing toy reviews. Like I said, I do have episodes, I think, all the way out till January 8th to set up every Wednesday, because that's when I set up the premieres. So every Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon is when I drop a new video. And like I said, I know a lot of you guys love watching that stuff. I know a lot of you guys like seeing it, but I've dropped a lot of the lines. I don't do Black Series anymore. I don't do Power Rangers Lightning Collection. I've dropped a lot of that stuff. So all I really do now is Spider-Man Marvel Legends, the Mafex, SH Figuarts, Kamen Rider, big for the Kamen Rider, Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions, cherry pick, Mafex cherry pick, and that's about it. And comic books. I know the channel may take a change once things regulate out and we have some space, because we're going to be changing a lot. I got to gear up for the holidays. I got to pack some stuff away and clean up a lot. But yeah, and I have to do a review of this awesome figure because I saw him over there, 01 that Dave got me from New York City Comic Con. He is a dope fig, love him. So he is one of my favorite of the new Reiwa riders. So there are a lot of cool things, like I said, coming down with the channel. I didn't want you guys to, feel like there was nothing coming out. I wanted to touch base with you guys, reconnect with my audience, and let you guys know what was going on. Let me read what some of the chat says here. Cobb picking on Black Phoenix. Don't you have some comic book content you need to be doing too? I would love to have somebody on here to talk comic books with. A lot of my friends do not collect comic books. Sadly, a lot of people don't want to invest the money into comic books because weeklies are, even I don't get the chance to go to the shop weeklies until my schedule shifts. Then I'll be able to, after the show or before the show, be able to actually go grab my weekly books and be able to put out my content. But yeah, that's it. There's not a lot of people that talk comic books, but if people ever want to, I would gladly welcome you to come on my show because I love me some comic book talk. I read a lot. You guys can see I read a very broad range of stuff, and I'm always willing to take recommendations for newer books, stuff that may interest my wife or my daughter, or even my son because he reads manga. My other daughter reads manga as well. I read manga. My wife reads comics and books, but she doesn't like manga because she doesn't like the way it reads. She doesn't like reading it left to right. So, but yeah, if you guys are interested, yeah. Let's see. At this point, I stopped Black Series as well. Not interested anymore. We'll pick up more Kamen Rider SHFs when I can though, or the kits. See, I don't want the kits. I got a kit, which I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I got to put it together, and it's only because the figure is still too damn expensive, which is the Fang Joker, and I love that. He's my favorite one from Double, and that was a gift from Aaron KBG. So Cobain Games, I got to put that together. And then let me see. I look forward to getting Gotchard. Yes, Gotchard. I want his up. They haven't put it up for pre-order yet, but I totally will get him. And have I been reading Uncanny Spidey? Yes, I absolutely want Marvel Legends to make a figure of him. If they will make, I think that's why freaking Nightcrawler's figure jumped up in price because people are probably making their own custom versions of the Uncanny Spider-Man. So for those of you that do not know, Uncanny Spider-Man is a like kind of a hybrid alternate story if like Nightcrawler basically became Spider-Man. Like it's Nightcrawler and a Nightcrawler like with his powers, but he's got spider powers too. It's really dope. Love the book. I know book 4 or 5 comes out next week. I think next week Wednesday. I can't remember exactly. but I won't get it till Saturday. So, because I work, my schedule does not permit me to do that yet. So on Saturday, I will, because we have Thanksgiving on Thursday. So Saturday's when I'll probably be able to hit the comic book shop and pick it up. So yeah, I actually love it. Yeah, put people on blast, Cobb. That's what we do on this channel. I love when people put other people on blast. That's the point. I want you guys to feel comfortable enough to have it. Yeah, see, Black Phoenix, you're like me, dude. My schedule does not permit me to go to the comic book store every week. Like I used to be able to before when I wasn't working. I would have, and I had my trade credit. I'd go Wednesdays with my littlest one while my wife and my daughter were working, or when my wife was at school with teaching, and the other daughter was at school, and I'd go get my comics on Wednesdays. I'd go at noon when the store opened. Now my store, which let me see if I could pull up my League of Geek for you guys so you can laugh at this. Okay. So it started. League of Comic Geeks is the website. That is my active subscriptions, 64. So the cool part about my comic shop is that they're listed here. If you have a local shop that does go through this, use this app. It's a website. It's not an app. Use the website, and you can pick out your comic books because they do this. You can see what's coming out for the week, and you just click it, and anything with a green circle is the book that you want to get. And then you can even look through, and they show you the variant covers. Now, obviously, your local shop is not going to always get, because individual shops may get special variants, and they get the limited shop comic that's like the 1 out of 25, and they get the 1 of 100, and those are usually like $30 and $100 or $50 to get those variant covers, or the virgin art covers and stuff like that. So you got to be very, either you have to get there when the shop opens, or know somebody that knows somebody in the shop that'll give you it for the price that you're going to pay for it. So just something to give you guys question. See, that's cool. Now let's see. I'm also going to be going to Japan this summer, which makes it easier to get Kamen Rider figures in Gunpla. Oh, we're going to have to talk. Because if you go to like Mandarake, I might need you to look to see if there's any of some of the figures. Because I've looked at Mandarake. You showed me Mandarake, but it was cheap. Ironically enough, it was cheaper to ship it here because of the dollar to yen conversion, which is so weird. It should have been more, but it was actually cheaper, which I again, Tamashi Bluefin, does they have that relationship? It's easier to order it through their website because they give you you get the import pricing with at the dollar to yen, you get the conversion rate, and then you only pay like a $2 markup, versus going to like Barnes and Noble where you pay like a $10 markup, or Big Bad Toys, which is like almost a $50 markup. Oh yeah, Mandarake for the win. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Mandarake is a store in Japan and through other parts of Asia where it's a resale store. So you go in, you rent a box. Like say I want to rent a box, and I put all my toys in that box, new, old, whatever, right? And I set prices. And what they do is it's basically consignment. So you rent the box, and anything that sells, the store takes their percentage, and then they pay you out. So it's awesome for people that are fans of cosplay goods, statues, older figures that are very hard to come by, and they do it usually by series. So like if a guy's getting rid of like all their Dragon Ball Z figures, you can pick up a bunch of stuff. Hey, hermano, good to see my boy Captain Spaulding. So again, these are just some things I thought I'd want to kind of like press you guys with, and talk about. So again, I cannot reiterate this enough to y'all. Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be on this channel. It'll be on Easy Collecting's channel, and it'll be on Dave's Dimension. I think we're gonna pretty much put it on every channel we have. So be expecting it on F and Figures. Be expecting it on the Outer Dimension, and we're gonna have the wheels are going. So if you donated something, $10 was the minimum, and you sent the proof on Instagram to myself, thank you very much, to myself, Easy Collecting Colin, or Dave's Dimension, you screenshot that picture of your donation, it gets you on the wheel. Some people, I think the current number we are at is 7. 7 people have donated. Are we going to hit the goal? We're not going to hit the goal, which I was hoping for $500. But with the goal we're hitting, at least we're hitting close enough to half of it, so I'm happy. So at least we're hitting something that's going to make a difference for some kid in any state in the U.S. to get their lunches paid for. That's all that matters to me. So again, make sure you're here on this channel, Dave's or Colin's, at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're gonna rock out. We're gonna probably do some unboxings. We're gonna talk movie news. We're gonna talk show news. We're gonna just shoot the shit and have fun, and then we're gonna spin a wheel. And if that winner's in the chat, and responds to us before Sunday, I have right now 3 of the prizes here. Captain Spaulding and Colin will ship their prizes to the winner for that the NECA prize box to whoever wins it. So you'll be getting a box from Wisconsin and a box from California. The hot toy will be shipped from Texas. So one of the Collector Space gentlemen will ship it directly. Once I get the person who wins that, that's where it will go. You'll get it shipped out of Texas. I will try to get you your tracking numbers and everything else. Now, I will be able to ship you the mask, the Mythic Legions box, and the Marvel box, because those are the 3 things I have here in my house. And I will send tracking numbers. I will send whatever is needed, but you got to respond to me with your name and your address so I know where to send your items to. And you are not paying the shipping. You do not pay. You donated, and this is your prize. So, again, donating Saturday is not going to get you on a wheel. Donating Friday till 3 a.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, meaning that is the equivalent of 6 a.m. on the East Coast. Dave and I will check our messages. If you've timestamped it by like 4, 5, 6 a.m., you are good. 6:01, not going to happen. We are being nice to stay up a little bit later to check it out, but we're giving people that opportunity. Now, a lot of people say, "Well, if I'm not in the video, but I watched the replay on Saturday, and I'm the winner, how many days I have?" You have 1 day. You have 1 day. You need to get in touch with me within 24 hours. Whatever prizes are not claimed within 24 hours of that wheel, you will forfeit your prize, and then I will put names of people that did not win something on a wheel, and I will go live Wednesday, or maybe I'll go live next weekend. We'll figure that out with the holidays. And we will do another wheel with those people for the unclaimed prizes. So people, I suggest get in the chats, watch the video. It's going to be a lot of fun. We want your participation. It's going to be a revolving door. We're going to have the chat option for you to come in and hang out with us and chill and talk with us. You have the option to come on live if you want to be on camera. Like I said, it is a big deal. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to try to work through some of my backlog of toys because, Lord help me, I have a lot. And I'm getting rid of more. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I don't think so, but it felt really good to kind of have this. I've missed doing these things. How could I forget? Sal from the Nerd Affiliated crew is going to be setting up an interview with me for his channel and with working with Nerd Affiliated. So I'll be being interviewed about Dungeons and Dragons. So if you guys are into tabletop role playing games, I'm going to be interviewed because I've got a little over 30 years of experience playing role playing games, not just video games, but actually tabletop, and several years of DMing and playing various TTRPGs. I played everything from Vampire the Masquerade to Mage to Dungeons and Dragons, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Let me see. Robotech, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you name it, I played it. Hey, brother. Like I said, I figured I'd pop in here, let you guys know what the dealio was. It was a little unexpected, but that's what I like about it. That it didn't. I wanted you guys to expect the unexpected. So, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Kind of hitting the point. I wanted to do an hour, and I know, Dave, it was a complete random, dude. I just wanted to jump on and just be random. And for some reason, I got to talk to you because it didn't let me log into our StreamYard. So, again, I had to do it on here. That's why you didn't know, because you would have gotten the alert if I did it on ours. I appreciate you guys. Smash that like button. Hit it. If you guys, like I said, are really interested to see what we're going to do, I let you guys know that we're going to have a movie. The episode next week is not going to be related to what me and Dave always talk about. So it's going to be movie related, but it will not be. Dave and I are going to still work on that. We're going to talk it over for what we're going to film. Oh, you're live too. Well, you know what? I think we need to take this group of people, since I'm getting off, and let's go over to Dave's Dimension, folks. My brother from another mother needs us to go over there. So how about we jump on? Let's go live over there with Dave. All right, because I'm going to log off here. I appreciate y'all for coming. Thank you guys for giving me all that information. And remember, like I told you, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, all these channels are going to be talking about the giveaway and the charity. Come through, hang out with us. I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming in and supporting us and supporting what we do. It means the world to me, it means the world to Colin, and it means the world to Dave. And I look forward to talking to you guys. Go over to Dave's Dimension right now, folks. And inside of Dave's Dimension, while you're there, hashtag we all rock. That's what I want to see in there. I'll see you all on Dave's Dimension. I'm going to go through my portal. Peace.